Now? Yes. All right. I'm going to do a real quick screen share. I can remember how to do that. Oh, there it is. And I just want to share that. Share. Okie dokie. There's our agenda for today. Welcome, everybody. I do want to start with just a reminder that today's Giving Tuesday. And libraries always need extra support, and it makes people feel good to give money sometimes. So go out, find the Giving Tuesday, just search for Giving Tuesday. You can find the artwork and stuff. Put something on your Facebook page. See if anybody, feels like giving you a couple $100. Can't hurt, might help. I know we've been doing a whole match month here in Iola, and we're able to extend it through today. So right, library in Iola, for the Iola Public Library, with this whole match month fundraising thing, we're at 84% of our $10,000 goal. So fundraising works. There, I'll get off my soapbox now. And can't you guys, I mean, this is for any library. You can put something out there for Giving Tuesday. All right, so that's your positive that we're going to start with. And then I had my executive board meeting yesterday and let the executive board know that Representative Howe pre-filed this House Bill 2410 that the Government Affairs Committee is going to be watching, and we'll see what happens with it. It's kind of a weird hodgepodge of legislation, but it is aimed at new library districts that want to remove themselves from their regional library systems taxing district. So right now there's a Kansas regulation that says the state library board has the ability to stop a new library from forming if there's manifest harm, if it's judged that that will manifestly harm the regional library system. It's never been tested, and there's no definition of what manifest harm actually means. So it's kind of a muddled mess right now. But I wanted to let you know that that has happened and that we will be discussing that and keeping track of it. The other thing that's happened that was kind of interesting for our neck of the woods was that one of our school districts in Southeast Kansas received a letter from the Attorney General regarding notice of parental opt-out rights. It had a whole laundry list of things that the Attorney General felt that this school district should be doing. We were the only small district in the state to get this letter. Normally they're going to Wichita, Lawrence, some of the bigger school districts. If you search for this Attorney General's opinions, there is an article about Wichita that you can find and read about if you're curious. We are in contact. I want to thank Tammy. She's been helping me with this. We've already reached out to that superintendent and let him know that the ALA, Office of Intellectual Freedom, is aware of what's happening in Kansas, and they understand that a lot of what is in that letter is questionable, I guess. The way the superintendent, he said it's full of bluster. So um, again, something that we're watching and I want you to be aware of. I let my niece, who's a school librarian, know about it. It's just another thing that we're watching. Allocation season is coming up, and since I have a lot of new librarians, I just wanted to let you know that the allocation guidelines and instructions are on the SEKLS website under grants, and it has an explanation of the new criteria about youth services that we've been talking about all year. The allocation process is an online application, so we will be sending out the link to your library access folder where you can get online access to the application, but then also that's where you will save, please, the minutes that show you had your evaluation, the budget for 2026, Um, and if you have a December financial report or a treasurer's report that sort of wraps up the year, I would be really interested in seeing that. Um, and as you read through the instructions, that tells you all the additional documents that we need to verify that you've met the different criteria to get your 95% beyond base. Again, that's from my public libraries. Any questions so far? Good. All right. Also for the public librarians, we have the state statistical report. Amy might talk about that some more when it's her turn, because I think we have Alice coming. Um, If you don't have door count statistics, program statistics, reference statistics, you have December. So start getting out that clipboard and making those little hash marks and getting some sort of accurate numbers, estimates of numbers for the state statistical report. This report, we do it normally. It's a director's do. It's been delegated to the directors to do this report, but in the statute, this is your board's annual report to the state library. So in statute, it says each public library board has to do this. They have to do a report, an annual report. So this is that annual report. And sometimes I think we forget that. So your board can help you work with your treasurer if you're, because there's a whole chunky section of that that's about money. How much did you bring in? How much did you spend? What was your mill levy? All those kinds of things. And we can help. Amy and I have already set aside time in January to help with this. So we will be available. I will not be available as much in December. This is my birthday month, and so I'm taking some time off. So I'll try to use that return. What do you call that thing where you say you're out of office and it sends an email? Yeah. I don't use that very often, but I'm going to try to use that so then I don't check my email at home. And I mentioned a treasurer's report. I'm just kind of curious how many libraries do a treasurer's report at the end of the year, which is basically here's all the income that we brought in this year, here's all the expenses that we brought in this year, here's our carryover, how much we expect to have in the bank account at the end of the year. And then for those of us who have to have an audit, that goes to the auditor. But from some of my smaller libraries, I'm just curious how many of you guys do that. All right. Uh, I'm sure I'm forgetting things. The minutes for the most recent executive board meetings have been uploaded to the About Us page of the SEKLS website, if you're curious. All right. Okie dokie. Kimberly.
Um, well, don't have a lot, but we've been receiving quite a bit of cataloging, and if you need your games cataloged or your puzzles, send them to us. We'll get them in. Also, we've kind of noticed a drop a little bit in the disc repair. So, if you have any DVDs and things that might need to be ran through the machine or CD audios, video games, just send them to us and we'll get them right back to you. So that's about it.
Yes, that's a huge machine. Let's use it.
Yes, yes. And it's here.
Yeah. All righty. Thank you, ma'am. All right. Miss Amy.
Good morning. You should have received a 2026 planner from us. Um, it did not have the important dates document in it. As I mentioned last month, that will be shared as a link in your email later on, as it is a living document. So you're not going to receive a physical important dates sheet of paper. Please send us your impact stories for Library Legislative Day, and have those to us by Monday, January 19th. Library Legislative Day is Tuesday, January 27th. And that's all I've got.
All righty. And she's been out visiting and reading and will have hit all of the libraries this year. Whoop, whoop. All right. Tammy.
Good morning. I put in the notes that if you have access to the notes or if you're looking at them on the screen, the remaining summer library program workshops. So there are four remaining that I'm aware of. December 4th, which is 2 days from now, is the summer symposium from CSLP. We did a watch party for this last year, so those of you who attended, you'll know what I'm talking about. Um, so if you are interested in seeing that again, you'll need to register and different speakers this year, but will be a great opportunity for professional development. If you do attend, make sure that you let us know so we can get you CE for that. February 6th, same thing for all of them for CE. If you attend something online, let us know. February 6th, NEK will, Northeast Kansas will be hosting Color Our World, Creative Library Programs for Adults, and via Zoom. Registration is not yet open that I'm aware of. February 19th, we are hosting Digging into Summer Library Program Teen Ideas Share, and that will feature Annalise from Eureka and Brandon from Parsons, as well as a special guest from another system. Jennifer McCauley will be helping with that as well. So it's going to be a great workshop, and I'm looking forward to see what they come up with. And then March 5th will be our in-person workshop here in Iola at the Bass Center, where we typically have had summer library program, and there will be registration and more details to come for both of those last two workshops. So be looking for that via your email. If you have,
Question.
yeah,
Sorry. So we're invited to the NEK. Is the NEK invited to our teen one? Is
yes.
this is a,
Mhm.
a collaboration between the two systems?
Um, It's a collaboration amongst all of the systems. Everyone was asked if they would like to be invited, and we've offered to open that up to the state so that
Oh, okay.
everyone in other systems can participate in either or both of these webinars.
Awesome. That's what I was
Mhm.
hoping. That's great.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Um, where was I? Oh, if you haven't received your manual on the courier and you ordered a paper manual, let us know. There weren't very many of you who did. Most of you who indicated that you'd be fine with an online manual, and we appreciate that. Really saves a lot of money. And I put in the link to the manual instructions in the notes. If you can't access that or you have an issue, let me know, and I'm happy to help you. Then last, I have two books that I picked up at a session at KLA that I'd be happy to give away for anyone who emails me and says they're interested in that. Timby talks about addiction and Lambie learns about addiction. And I also put the link to get copies if you're not the one that gets the book or if you want to check it out first. www.timbytalks.org. Thank you very much.
Sorry. I forgot to mention two grants for next year were approved at the executive board meeting. The Academic School Extended Service Grant has been expanded a little bit so that use of the grant includes other library services. So for my academics, hopefully this will open up what you can use your extended services grant for next year. That will open in the summer. And then the digital resources grant, this is what replaced the Hoopla grant last year. That's going to be, I'll try to get that processed and ready and out for you today. So expect that in an email. And this is where if you answer A or B, so if you answer that you want your designated amount of the grant to go to Hoopla or the Digital Library Book Fund, that's all you got to do. Press A, press B, submit. Or if you choose C, which is a digital resource reimbursement, then you keep going and you need to let me know what you're going to be doing, and then you'll have to send receipt or proof of payment, and then we will get you reimbursed. And remember, this is now, it's a $40,000 grant that is divided among all of the public and academic libraries. All right. So Brenda Cash has been the one to spend that money. So it hopefully she enjoys that and has gotten some additional money in the digital book fund because of this grant. So, all right. Thank you. And then Jason, welcome back. Are you still jet lagged?
Yes. Yeah. Uh-huh. A little bit. My sleep schedule is a little wonky and I'm a little goofy still. So, I'm trying to get caught up, but yeah, I had a great time in New Zealand. It was awesome. 10 out of 10 would recommend it. The travel wasn't that great, but once I got there, it was worth it. Um, as far as stuff I need to remind you guys about, we're still missing some participation agreements. I put that link to the tracking spreadsheet in the agenda there. So if that's you, please get it to me as soon as possible. We are still missing payment for call annual fees for about 7 libraries. So if you're not sure if that's you, feel free to check with me and I can let you know. Um, I put Frontenac update on there because Frontenac went live. They soft launched when I was in New Zealand. Thank you, Brenda Cash, for handling that on site. They were supposed to start earlier yesterday, but we haven't heard anything yet. So there's no labels. So at this point, we don't have holds turned on for them yet. The plan is once their career starts, they'll start to place holds, but they won't be filling holds until their collection is a little bit less new. So we're planning on starting that up in January. Uh, so yeah, that's all I know about Frontenac at this point. When we hear an update about the courier, you'll know about it. We'll know about it, and you'll start seeing holds come in from Frontenac for your items. Um, I do still plan on changing the hold transfer slips as we discussed at the last users group in early January. Um, that's on my more immediate to-do list. And then for the state report, I plan on having your stats posted by the end of the day on the 2nd, like we usually do, uh, for the stuff that I can pull out of Koha for you.
Jason, can you give a little bit more detail about that for my newbies that haven't done the report before?
So it's like anything that we can provide from Koha. I will run the report for everybody on January 1st-ish. And then like I collate the data and post it for you so you know exactly what goes in what slot in the report. We don't pre-fill that data just in case you need to like accommodate, like if you've tracked some stuff manually and you want to add it on, you can. But yeah, there's I don't know 10 or 12 spots on the report where I can give you the numbers that you just plug in. So
And you put that in our Koha. So when we log in on that first week of January, it's over on the left-hand side as a little news report, and it'll say, in 11.1, you need to put this number. In 11.2, you need to put this number. So, which I appreciate. So thank you. There was a request to post the website to get courier information for the bags to send to Frontenac. So the Kansas Library Express website.
yeah, I can post
We
that.
can do that. All right. Thank you, Jason. Miss Cindy,
Yes.
there you are.
I made it to work. Let me turn off my phone. Okay. There's not much going on right now. It's kind of slow in terms of December, but I still did 3 board trainings last month, so it's not too late. There's still a little bit of time if you need to have that done.
Well, that probably
Um,
is, but that's okay.
hey, I can still go out and do
Yeah,
it. Anyway,
might count for
um,
next year.
so also I'm still helping people to fill out the forms to get the talking books started. And in fact, tomorrow I'll be going to a care facility and taking 5 apps with me, applications, because they think that's how many people in their facility would want talking books. So I'm still contacting the care facilities and still coming around to the libraries to give them copies of um, the new parental acknowledgement on the new forms. And gosh, kind of same stuff I've been doing, um, with the exception of there's a handful of schools I am trying to get them to sign forms that needs to be done by the end of the year. And so that's just helping out my talking books boss, Michael, because he's got a whole lot to try to contact. And that's about it.
Okay, thank you. Brenda. Cash.
Okay. First, I do have sort of an update on the Frontenac courier situation. Excuse me, I'd sent an email to Caroline. It was supposed to start yesterday. She's been in contact with Capital Express and she's waiting on an update because they will need to get their tech department will post the shipping labels. When those shipping labels, excuse me, are available, you're going to find them at the Henry website where you find the other labels. I'm sure she's also going to send out an email saying that they're up because there's another library that's coming up on the courier. I don't know who that is. It's not one of ours. So yeah, hopefully she hopes to have that resolved today. So hopefully by tomorrow we'll be able to have labels for them. The other thing, biggish thing is I mentioned before the contract with Autographics for our share system will be expiring. I think they were supposed to have a request for proposals by May of next year. We did have there was a meeting that I set it on with representatives from OCLC. I think it's going to be way outside of our budget. I think it's going to be too expensive, and Sarah feels the same way. But they do have a product called Resource Sharing for Groups that sounds like it would work for us potentially and be similar to what we're used to. I just knowing how OCLC operates on a very much profit basis, I think it's going to be too expensive. But it was nice to hear that there was maybe an option. They have a couple installations, one in Canada and one among academic libraries that have been using it for about a year. Beyond that, I don't really have anything. If you have material replacement things you've been holding on to, I don't know if they will get processed. I know there's a cutoff that Brenda's looking at for bills, so it may be that you'll get the payment into next year for those. But as far as your count for 8, that goes to the end of this year, end of December. So if you've been holding on to those, waiting to see whether you needed to have them processed or not, get those done before the new year starts. And I think that's it.
And as a reminder, this came up in my Iola board meeting last night. One of my board members, she's a homeschool mom. She's like, oh, I just look in SEK, and if I can't find it in Seek and Find, I just give up. And I said, I need to introduce you to Share It, and I need to introduce you to OCLC. And so I just want to remind everybody that if you have somebody who's looking for something that is not in Seek and Find, that's Brenda's job, is to help us find all those materials either You guys do it through Autographics through Share It, but if there's something that's over in Kansas City, Missouri, or if there's something in Denver, or there's something in Texas, we can get that through OCLC. I'm spending about $8,200 a year on our OCLC contract. So let's use it. And that can be for your academics, especially. She can get you articles and journal articles and things like that. So please remember that Brenda is our sort of reference librarian for finding those resources from outside Share It and Seek and Find. All right, so just email her. Okay, Darren?
Okay, can I share my screen?
Yes. Just a minute, I have to do
I
something.
requested it and I was denied.
Allow.
Okay, is
All
this
right.
sharing?
Yep, I see North Star.
Okay. I was asked to demonstrate or show you what North Star was. I'll give you, or we'll just do this in about 3 or 4 minutes. North Star, the navigators are creating a sign-up sheet that will go to all the libraries, and that we're trying, hopefully December, January is when we're going to get a lot of people signed in. But they can go to North Star's webpage. They can go find a North Star location, and right now we have 26 different locations in the state of Kansas. I've already logged in, and I'm signed to IOLOS. So when I click on my user, it gives me the essential or the different skill sets that I can take a class on. So in this case, if I wanted to do the essential computer skills, I could do Windows 11, or I can also do Mac OS. I've got a variety of essential software skills, and including, let's go ahead and we're going to go to the lessons for Google. And I haven't taken the assessment yet, but so I could go ahead and do an assessment so I can see where I'm at, or I can go ahead and come here to the first lesson. So it goes ahead and it gives you a instruction on this particular, or whatever you're studying, and then at the end, then it'll go ahead and give you an opportunity to do another assessment. And our navigators are going to be where they can do proctoring, and your clients or your patrons can go ahead and get a certificate for each of these classes that they do. So the goal is to try to encourage this, especially for people that are seeking for jobs. There's an actual program that is related to career search skills. A lot of people, when they're needing to find a job, they go ahead and just try to send out as many resumes, but this will give them a search strategy, and then also give an idea if there's something else that they need to do instead of just sending resumes. Sadly, if you send a lot of resumes and you get a lot of rejections, then you don't want to send any more resumes. So been there, done that, understand. So just go ahead and talk to your digital navigator. They'll go ahead and also get all the staff in there. The grant is going to be ramping up quite a bit for this month. The navigators are getting ready to start with a lot of the emerging technology equipment. And so the North Star is one thing that we can do to help our patrons to learn some different skill sets. I know that a lot of libraries have asked in the past to do computer building skills. We can do this on a one-on-one, or we can do it in a group and then have everybody follow along on the instructions with the navigator, and then also go ahead and have the assessments before and after. This is not for advanced training; it's more for the introduction and getting familiar with stuff. But it also, there is a little bit of review. So other than that, other than the North Star, I just wanted to say on the day that you received your newsletter, you should also receive an email from me that had a variety of tech stuff. If you are needing to order computers, I had a request yesterday. Go ahead and please get those to me, and I'll get you a quote, and then we'll go ahead and order them. We need to have them ordered before December the 12th. And just a reminder, we actually, Southeast Kansas pays for it, and then you get an invoice, and then you'll reimburse. So in order to get it to be seen on this year's invoice, if you can get it to us before December 12th. Other than that, I hope your navigators contact you, and that's all I got.
All right, thank you. Go ahead and, yep, awesome. And then will we have the digital, that North Star link? Can we put that on the homepage of SEKLS?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Anything else from staff? All right. Member roundtable. Who wants to go first? Oh, we do want to congratulate Jesse, who got the Best Small Library in Kansas award at KLA for Toronto. Congratulations. Again, I probably announced that last month, but bears repeating. How's Luna, Jennifer?
A mess, just like she usually is.
Being a normal black cat.
Well, it was kind of crazy yesterday because we had our automatic door openers installed. So we had them in and out. She got out one time.
Oh no.
All the noise, she kind of, yeah, it was
No.
it was chaos yesterday.
Yeah, but congratulations on the ADA doors. They're awesome, useful for everybody, not just
They're very, very excited.
yay. And that was a grant.
ALA grant.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay. Who else? Andrea's sitting on her hands. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything.
Things have just been pretty normal around here. Nothing overly exciting. Just we've been working really hard on looking at books as they're coming and going for any little stray friends that might appear in them.
Yeah.
Bug book system. What? Just tell them about our bug book system.
Our bug book system. What? Tegan's talking to me. Hang on.
Outside in the carport.
Oh yes, Tegan has a whole. If you would like to see or hear about Tegan's book bug system, feel free to call her. She has a whole setup in the carport back there for what to do if we're suspicious of something. So in case you need to talk to somebody that is pretty concerned about, we're all concerned, but somebody who is really working on a system to make sure that nobody takes any hitchhikers to their house or anything.
And did you guys invite the bug hounds?
They were here, yeah. And I have them scheduled to come next year 3 times. Okay. And so, yeah, it's just kind of a constant process. So there you go.
Tammy?
I just wanted to let you know, Andrea, that at KLA, I overheard a conversation. Someone was saying, I'm not overly concerned with bed bugs. They don't carry disease. And they just kept going on and on and on. And I didn't say a word. I just listened. But yeah, that was a conversation there. I also wanted to say, in light of what's happening with the Attorney General's opinion, please, please, please check your policies. Make sure that you know where your policies are regarding how to handle challenges. Make sure every person on your staff knows how to respond initially. If you need us to review those policies or to go over that with you, Amy, Sharon, I, probably anyone on staff can do that for you, or we can refer you to someone that can help you with that. But it is so important right now because things are ramping up. So please make sure you do that.
Jennifer?
One thing I forgot to talk about last month, is actually about Halloween. So sorry it's so late, but I was gonna put it in the newsletter and just time got away from me. Right now, we're working with 2 people, staff instead of 3. So we're like, anyway, for Halloween, we give out books ages 0 to 18 and popcorn and candy. This year we had 819 people come.
Wow.
That includes adults, but we had 408 books given to children.
Yay.
I'm pretty sure that's our record, but we're very proud of that.
And how many people are in Caney?
Was it 1,726?
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay. Andrea and then Todd. Unmute.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. So back to the, book banning thing. I did have a gentleman in the other day who saw this book. Well, you can't
What
see
is
it.
it?
Energy Extraction, Protecting Our Planet. It's a Protecting Our Planet series. Okay.
Okay.
And he was concerned that it was in the junior fiction section because it's teaching children about activism and they don't need to know about that.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
It does talk about activism. It's really more about how some of the energy practices that we have in the United States it's more environmental.
Right.
Done, But anyway, I didn't ever offer him any paperwork if you want to challenge this book or anything. I just discussed with him that, we have to have something for everybody. I would verify that it was in the age appropriate place, but I was pretty sure it was. And so he just wanted to let me know that he just didn't think that that was an appropriate book. So I'd never seen him before he was in here. His wife was using the computers and stuff. And he was nice enough, but also it was a weird vibe. I kind of got I almost got a 70s vibe from him, kind of flower child type thing, which didn't really make much sense with the whole book thing. But anyway, it was just like, okay, so it's still sitting on my desk. I've read some of it. It's my goal to read the whole book just so that if he comes in again, I can say I've read it and that it's in the appropriate age area because I double checked and move on, hopefully.
Well, yeah.
Nothing comes of it, but
is activism even one of the subject headings, or is it all environmental practices?
No, I don't think it's a subject heading, but it does talk about how you can it does talk about, because it's solar energy. Yeah, it's like energy consumption and stuff and different ways of,
children are some of children have been activists for as long as children have been alive. So
yeah, think about Greta Thunberg.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I'm thrilled that he felt like he could do that he could raise that concern,
Yeah.
and that it was part of his values and he knew that you would hear him.
Yeah.
And how you handled it is perfect. And understanding that there are some people who would want their children to know about activism,
Yeah.
just like he doesn't want some children to know about his children.
Yes,
He can only speak for his children and
But
his
yeah,
family.
he was being an activist right then and there, really.
Yes,
So,
yes, he was.
yeah,
Exactly.
I mean, I
Exactly.
don't know.
The
Anyway,
irony.
the irony, yes. So
Yes.
that's all.
All right, Todd.
Well, along the similar vein, if anybody is a member of the Montana Plains Library Association,
Oh,
um,
MPLA.
MPLA, it's for members only. I think if you're not a member, if you have the budget, join. But coming up, they have Law for Librarians training series. The advocacy committee is going to have a three-part virtual series that will help librarians understand, navigate key legal topics. The sessions will address intellectual freedom, privacy, and copyright, helping you have knowledge to support to make informed decisions. The first one's December 10th. So, if you can
Okay.
get reimbursed, I'm pushing a plug for that.
I'll add on to that. The Mountain Plains Library Association always has a joint conference with one of the states. I went when it was in Utah. This coming in 2026 is going to be in Nebraska. So it's like a 4-hour drive for us to go to a joint conference. And members from the Mountain Plains Library Association, so they'll come and do presentations. I went to a really great pre-conference given by, a librarian from Montana and a librarian from Colorado. So yes, and I think I gotta double check, but I think we have one of our grants that will help with that. If you want to join, talk to me. Mountain Plains is MPLA is great, and they have an amazing leadership institute that I recommend as well.
Yeah, and they also have grants for and professional development too.
Okay. And then the leadership institute. Amazing. Shelley?
Hey, hi. Hey, can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, great, thanks. Hey, this was a thank you and a public acknowledgement to Andrea and her staff at Garnett. Yesterday, we got this little wonderful surprise in the mail from them with a sweet note. And it said, Dear Arma, we saw you had book 1. A patron donated book 3 to us. Thought you might want it. If not, you may post it, blah, blah, get rid of it. But anyway, I thought that was very thoughtful, very sweet. And thank you, Andrea.
Yay. See, that's the joys of a joint. We're all one big, system. Thank you. Oh, Kenny, Jennifer, sorry.
Next week I am meeting with the city to try to define who pays for what when it comes to maintenance on the library. We've never had any kind of anything. So if anybody has suggestions and has that in place, please let me know, because I'm not sure what I'm getting into.
Yeah, like an MOU is what we would recommend that you work on. Or an agreement. That's kind of the IPLS EKLS agreement in part. Yeah, anything that like if you can get them to do all your outside maintenance, awesome. When I was in Pennsylvania, if it was in the walls, so windows, pipes, the roof, the exterior, so it was from the exterior in the walls, it was their responsibility. If it was inside the building, so painting, carpets, furniture, that was our responsibility. So broken pipes, if there was like broken pipes from winter, the city took care of that. But if, a toilet was clogged, we took care of it. And having that differentiation really helped.
Okay, because at this point they do take care of the lawn. We had they carry the insurance on the property. So when we had a hailstorm, they paid to have the roof replaced.
Okay.
So, but we've had like our heat and air units when I called to say, hey, it pays for just to have somebody come and maintenance it to look it over. And they were, so I really want something in place. So if something happens, I will know who to contact immediately.
Yeah. Well, and you have a capital improvement fund?
Mhm.
Okay. So talk about that. Address that in your MOU, because if you have the ability to put 10% of tax funds away and you're letting the city, we're being a good steward and we're putting aside this 10%, so that we can help pay for new HVAC units, or we can help pay for a new water heater, or we can help pay for, the windows need reglazed. But then hopefully they will also help pay for that. And I don't know what their reserve funds are for. Um, okay, let us know if you need any additional support or to look over it. Um, uh, and it's a living document, to use that word or that term. And you can look at it every year.
Yeah.
And see what's working.
Thank you.
Yeah. Like I'm forgetting things. Morgan, did we announce your new job last month? Okay. And yes, okay. Oh, let me come look at the chat. What else we got going on? Oh no. Toronto says our furnace is out today. Thankful for our MOU. They're in the same building as the city, so does that mean the city doesn't have heat either? Everybody's going to be cold. Separate systems. And then in the chat, Jason put the link to Library Express and to Henry Industries. And from the Henry Industries, can't say that word, Henry Industries page, you go to Services in Kansas Library Express. And once those labels are updated, that's where you'll go to get those. And we'll put those into the forum agenda notes too. All right. Everybody got their evaluation done? Your director evaluation done? I'm looking at my publics. Yes? Okay, good. I got mine yesterday, so yeah. It's always fun to get 2 evaluations in one day. And then yeah, just, happy holidays. Hope everybody enjoyed, had a good Thanksgiving, and you have lots of fun Christmas parties. And, Darren and I will enjoy birthday season. We're a day apart. And then, whatever other holidays you celebrate. May they be merry and bright. We still have 10 minutes if, we want to kind of sing songs or, oh, SEKLS is going to be, no, Shamy's like, please no. SEKLS is going to be closed December 10th from 12 to 2 for our holiday party. So our phones will be done. Do not disturb. The Iola Public Library will be closed for those 2 hours as well. They were given a choice between partying with the city or partying with SEK, and they chose us. So we're going to play games and eat pasta and fall asleep at 3. That's the plan. All right. And I'm forgetting things, and I'm trying to think what I'm forgetting. Did grants, did the budget. Nope, that's about it. Annual report. Thank you for Amy for getting out the November, December newsletter and read it. It's good stuff in there. And take some time to write an annual report so that a promotional piece so you
Does
can
front walk look like, Tegan?
Andrea, yeah, there you go. So that you can share your stories and cute pictures of kids using the library with your patrons. All right. Okay. Anything else? Anybody else? Have something you want to, share or something exciting that happened at your library? Help that you need? All right, going once, going twice. Happy holidays. Stay warm, and we will see you all next year. Bye.